3.
Marvel Vs Capcom 2. New Age of Heroes.
That's what we're reviewing. Marvel Vs Capcom 2 is pretty much the best game on the Dreamcast that I've ever played. It's a Capcom fighting game, so in the vein of, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, etc. And it's got Marvel characters. And this was from like 2000, I want to say, maybe 2001. So there were a lot of Marvel characters in the game. It's got like it has almost 50 some odd characters. I haven't even unlocked them all yet. Actually, going through this run, I just unlocked Sentinel, and so there's so many characters. You could play this thing for like hours on end and still not unlock everyone. Trust me, I have. That's one thing I don't really like about this game has been remade and re-released multiple times. However, like the Xbox 360 version, everything is already unlocked, which I mean is nice, but it just takes away something from the original. Obviously, this is like based off the arcade game, so the arcade game has the Sega Naomi board, which runs off the same architecture used for the Dreamcast itself, meaning that the Sega Dreamcast port of this game is the best port of the game. It's almost arcade perfect. Actually, you could argue it's even better than arcade perfect because it has a lot of other features in it. It's got time attack, it's got score attack. You could do like BMU trading. I've never done that, but theoretically you could do that. It just has so many features. This is one of the more feature-rich games on the system. So really, it's just great. The graphics are very good. The graphics are one of the more interesting parts of the game. The characters are sprites, but they seem to be old 2D sprites. And you can see, especially if you play this on like a big screen TV with the VGA cable and all that, or VGA box or whatever, you can see that there's a lot of pixelation in the characters. They're well drawn, they're well animated, and it seems like they have many frames of animation, but they just seem to be like old character sprites. The backgrounds are 3D and look tremendous, especially if you use a VGA box. The backgrounds are going to look just tremendous in every sense. Some people don't like, a lot of people complain about the music. I like it. It's kind of jazzy and upbeat, and it's nice. I like the music in this game. That's just me. But I'll play a little bit for a second. It's nice, I like it. It's good, a nice upbeat type of tone. The fighting is just tremendous. It actually uses all six buttons, but not in the traditional Street Fighter sense of low, medium, high kick, low, medium, high punch, like you get with most Capcom fighting games. It uses low and high punch and kick for the 4 face buttons, and then the 2 triggers are used to call in your teammates. If you hold both triggers together, you can do your hyper combo attack if you have enough meter at the bottom of the screen. Trust me, you've probably seen some of it in this review, and if not, it'll show up in these spots, I promise. So, the control is done with the D-pad and the analog stick, or if you have a joystick, or an arcade joystick, I guess, you can use that instead. One problem is that this game only uses the VMU in the memory card slot A1, which is your controller 1, memory card 1. So if you use a stick that doesn't have a VMU port, you're kind of screwed, because then you don't get any of those unlockable characters, because they were all, and you're not going to be able to unlock all of them in one playthrough session. The store is not designed to just go and wantonly purchase them all, and it would take a long time to build up that amount of points. Trust me, I know. But if you have like the official Dreamcast memory or arcade stick that has a VMU port, there's at least one other one that I've seen that has a VMU port. The only problem is that I use from arcade stick. I use the X-Arcade stick, which I showed in my last video, which doesn't have one. It has a memory card if you use the original Xbox one, which is stupid. The original Xbox has a hard drive. But that's beside the point. This doesn't have online multiplayer, which is kind of a bummer, but nowadays it doesn't really matter anyway. It does have 2-player mode, so you can fight against a friend, and your friend's combination of Marvel characters. I should probably mention how the whole Marvel vs. Capcom thing works for people who haven't played it. Basically, in Marvel vs. Capcom, you pick 3 Marvel or Capcom characters, or some combination out of the roster. The roster is like 50, so there's thousands of combinations you can choose. And throughout the match, you can press light punch, light kick, or high punch, low kick, or heavy punch, heavy kick, whatever. And to switch out your character, or if you tap the trigger, then your character will do like an assist, and it depends on the character, and it depends on the character type that you use. Each character has 3 different types that they can do when they come into play assist. A lot of them will do some sort of attack, or a dash, or a projectile attack, or just a regular attack. And some characters, like, I know Jill Valentine from Resident Evil, will do this will, like, give you a little healing health thing. And so that's part of it. The only problem is that when you have one of your teammates assisting, your teammate can get hit, and your teammate could, and if your opponent is good on the trigger on his hyper combo or something else, your opponent can actually knock out one of your teammates during an assist and attack both of you with the same hyper combo, which is pretty intense. I did that in one of the video for this review. Okay. But yeah, simply put, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, of the 50 or so Dreamcast games that I've played, is the best one of all of them. It's got tons of characters. It has a really easy to learn but difficult to master fighting system. The one, it's a little upsetting that it doesn't have even show a move list, but I think that's probably in the manual. I didn't get a manual with this game. Otherwise, you can find it on my Google Marvel Vs Capcom 2 attacks or whatever. It's a pretty attractive game. Yes, some of the character sprites get a little pixelated, but the backgrounds are just gorgeous. I like the music. Other people don't. I know. Some people actually like modded the game to change the music, which is silly. And it's got a great fighting system, a great control mechanic. And did I mention it has 50 some odd characters? Yeah. That's why Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the first game I think I've reviewed. It gets a perfect score of 10 out of 10. If you have a Dreamcast, get this game. If you have an Xbox, get this game. If you have a PlayStation 2, get this game, except those two versions are more rare because of a licensing issue. Find some way to play this game. I know Disney and Marvel are making it more difficult, but just do it. You won't be disappointed. Tomorrow, for continuation of Dreamcast Week, we're going to review NFL Blitz 2000. I keep trying to call it NFL Blitz 2K, because football season just started, and football. That's it for this episode. Make sure to rate, comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, etc. And I'll see you tomorrow.